Hello, welcome to Visual Design class. I am Mrs. Pimentel. I will be going through some information today on what to expect from this class for me and also what I expect from students for this year. The one thing that I always tell my students every year is that I hope that they don't have any misconceptions about art and how some students come in thinking that they need to have some sort of innate talent or ability to come into the class and do well. So I always sort of tell my students that it is about an idea. Students come in with different ideas, different skills, and also different techniques that maybe they do on their own time. So art is for everyone. Everyone can create. And I always my goal is to create an environment to gain confidence so students can be confident in their work and to also be able to hone in on their own personal styles when they come into my classroom. So I just wanted to talk briefly about why art education is so important in today's society. We have art all around us. We have innovative people all around us. We wouldn't have a lot of the things we have today if we didn't have art, if we didn't have innovation. So I always talk to students about how creativity and critical thinking is so important in any field you go into or any career you would like to be a part of. So a lot of things that we really do talk about is thinking about art as an idea and how to create new solutions to problems. So we're not really coming into class and doing these crafty sort of lessons and, it's not a cookie cutter class where, students are creating the same exact thing. Everybody's will look different. Everybody's will have their own ideas in their artwork. So that's one thing that I really try to emphasize in my class is that they are going to all have their own ideas. And that is just going to help them in their future come up with new solutions for ideas. So I really, emphasize that throughout the year, that this class is not just, making art or making things. There is a deeper understanding of what art is and what type of skills that they will leave my class with. It creates responsibility, self-expression. It really helps self-esteem. A lot of students that maybe struggle a little bit with some subjects, a lot of times will come into my class and really shine. So I want my class to be one of those classes that all students will feel comfortable in. And there are no wrong answers to a lot of the things they do in my class. There are multiple solutions, and it's the one class that they can make mistakes and it's okay. So we really do hone in on that. I also believe a lot of my goals in this class is to really have students explore different techniques and materials. I believe if they do that, then they're going to have a lot of confidence to create their own art, be able to leave my class and think critically on their own and independently on their own. But if they're comfortable with it and they understand how to use certain materials or use those skills, then they're going to be more apt to do that. So we believe that as art educators, these skills are extremely essential in life and also for their social skills. We like to think of art as an idea, not as a talent. So just a little information about how the class will be structured. Cohort A will have in-person instruction and hands-on lessons on Monday and Tuesday. I try to have all of my students who are in front of me have the hands-on lessons so that I can be there with them and help them with their skills. On Wednesday, we will have their remote day where we meet for 30 minutes. There is a schedule that is on the school website for that. And on Thursday and Friday, when those students are home on their remote days, they will be completing and submitting assignments via Google Classroom. And usually it is assignments that will be associated with whatever we are doing in class. So if we are doing a lesson or a unit on the element of line, then they will have mini lessons on the element of line on Thursday and Friday. I will also try to meet with them on Thursdays via Google Meet during our class session to kind of check in with them and make sure that they understand what's going on if they have any questions. I am extremely confident that they will always know what's going on because I tend to create a lot of varying ways to explain or instruct for particular lessons. So I might have a variety of things. I might write it all out for students. I also will have a YouTube video that I will create of the particular lesson we are doing. I will also have a PowerPoint that I speak over, just like I am doing now, about exactly what we are doing. So I try to create varying ways that they will be able to get the instructions for a lesson. So Thursday and Friday, like I said, we'll have mini lessons. They will be working through their sketchbooks, working in their workbook, and being able to sort of work independently at home. For cohort B, we just flip-flop that. So Monday and Tuesday, they will have their remote days. We'll have a Google Meet on Mondays for 15 minutes during their class. I will announce the time that particular day, which normally will be about 20 minutes before class ends. And then Thursday, Friday, they'll have their in-person instruction or hands-on lesson. For cohort C, they will be following pretty much the same type of schedule, but they will be able to come into the Google Meets on Mondays and Thursdays. I try to talk to them also for cohort C on Wednesdays. I try to talk a little bit more with them at the end of our meeting. I'll have cohort C stick around so that I can make sure and check in with them a little bit longer. But they will also be completing the mini lessons with one of the cohorts on Google Classroom, and the more hands-on lessons that I do with cohort C, again, will be pre-recorded videos that I post, or even recordings of the lesson that I do in class. So they will always have some sort of visual recording of what we are doing in class to help them. If the cohort C needs anything from me as far as paper, or other things, that's something you can always pick up at the school. I can have it in the office for you. I did put workbooks for cohort C and paper in the office. So if you have not picked that up yet, that's something that is there for you whenever you have a chance to pick that up. Some expectations and procedures that we go throughout the day. If you are in class with me in the beginning of class, we are always at our assigned seats. Okay, they are 6 feet apart in my classroom. They are sitting with their masks on. We do have mask breaks periodically, and the great thing about the art room is that we do get to walk outside to get to the art room, so they are able to take mask breaks on our walk over to the art room. We always check in Google Forms on the Google Classroom. Even if they're in class with me, I have them check in so I can keep record of attendance. We are always listening to music and completing warm-ups in the beginning of class in our sketchbook. And then I tell them what the instructions are for the day, and we do our hands-on activity. When they are remote, they will still be checking in on Google Classroom and doing the attendance form by the deadline time. So if their class ends at 8:40, they will be required to check in the Google form on Google Classroom before 8:40, so that I can make sure that they were present for that class time. If we have a Google Meet that day, then they will have the time also in Google Classroom so they know when to log on. Everyone will have a Google Meet on Wednesday. We're going to follow that half-day schedule, and I usually have some kind of extension to whatever lesson we're doing, or some kind of activity that I will discuss on Wednesday as well. We sometimes will use Wednesdays to discuss our artwork. So if students have been finishing up a project and we want to share it, I use it as critiquing time as well. Students will need to have a sketchbook for class, the Element of Art Skills Workbook, which I have given all students. Cohort C, I have provided that workbook in the office for pickup. A pencil, eraser, and art supplies that I have provided on the syllabus. If students need any art supplies, I also have some in class that I can provide to students. Now, the importance of sketchbooks and the workbooks, I just want to briefly discuss that, just because sketchbooks are a valuable tool in the art room, and I've been using them for many years in my class. They are actually part of their grade. It counts for 10% of their grade. We use the sketchbook for a variety of things. A lot of times we'll draft out our ideas on lessons. We will do sketchbook challenges that are due at the end of each term. We do certain assignments in there. So it is important that they have their sketchbook with them. Any extra credit that they create on their own, any personal work they create, they can put in their sketchbook and I will check it off. For the Elements and Skills workbook that I gave all of my students to keep, this is something that they should bring home every day and also to class every day. I will give them special practice sheets I have in there that sort of hone in on different skills and techniques that we're working on in class. So there's a lot of practice guides and references in there that they'll be able to use. We'll be using them for remote days as well. So sometimes I will have a lesson that is directly associated with the workbook. So it's nice that they will always have that with them. And it's meant to help them, and they don't have to complete the workbook on their own. They just have to follow whenever I give them an instruction or an assignment to complete in the workbook. That's when they will do it. I also have a Bitmoji Classroom, a virtual classroom that has a ton of information about what we do in class. Also a ton of resources for students to use anytime they need it. A lot of the information is in their workbook. However, they can click on different things that are on the bulletin board. A lot of times I'll have the lessons that we're working on that day on here. My YouTube channel, a direct link to that. If they need resources for the elements of art, even though they are in their workbook, they can come on here and watch videos about each element. And sometimes I give them lessons that they do need to go into the Bitmoji Classroom to complete. So any information I give the students will all be on here. And then there's other things like how to draw things. If they need to have resources, they can come on here and search for that resource. All my information that you would need if you like to email me to ask questions, you're more than welcome to do that at any time. I also have a link to my syllabus here, my Google Classroom, and my virtual Bitmoji Classroom. The link is right there for you all. I also have a Twitter account if you'd like to follow me. This is where I will post images and examples of what we are doing in class. So a lot of times I'll take pictures of students working and I post them on there for all to see. If we do virtual art shows, I will also post a link on here as well. So that concludes my presentation for the day. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email me. I am very responsive to emails and any issues that students are having. Also, please have them message me in Google Classroom or send me an email and I will get back to them as soon as I can. I try to be as responsive as I can. I know during school when we are teaching our classes, it is difficult to always answer the questions, but I hope that having those Google Meets will help remediate any of those issues. As the year goes on, I'm sure it will be easier and students will be able to, get used to posting assignments and attaching assignments. With my class, a lot of times they do need to take photos of their work to attach it. So if you go into the Google Classroom, you will see that I have resources on each classroom or classwork tab. So if they go to the classwork tab on any of the classrooms, you'll be able to see a resource link down on the bottom. And I have created videos and other sort of screenshots of how to attach images and how to Google images and how to take photos of your work and attach it into Google Classroom. So that's just something that will help students if they're having issues doing that. So please let me know if there are any issues because this class will rely a lot on taking photos of their work and attaching it into Google Classroom since that's the only way that I can grade their work. If they are having issues, the students that do come to my class on cohort A and B can always show me their work in class that way. But any of the cohort C students, if you're having trouble attaching any work, please look into the resources to help you with that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a great night.